Hello everybody, and welcome back to this third part of the Minecraft Geyser series. I didn't want to make this video, obviously, because I thought I was finished with the previous one. However, I've noticed a bug that is messing with the machine in Bedrock. Namely, the observers that are looking at active redstone dust will get triggered when you reload the chunk or when you log in and out of Minecraft while you are inside of this chunk. This obviously is a problem. As you can see in this machine, a few observers are actually looking at active redstone dust while the machine is in its safe mode. Safe mode meaning that the arrows are floating in the water and will never despawn. I will show you what happens real quick. And as you can see, these three copper bulbs are in the same phase. They're all on, as should be. When I turn this off, you'll see both of them also get turned off, and the machine goes into active state, which is when it starts launching the arrows up with the geyser. As you can see, it happens right there. I'll turn it back off. You can see both the copper bulbs get turned on, and the machine gets returned back to its safe state. I'll relog right now, so you can see what happens with the state of the machine. I'll actually place myself right here. As you can see, just to be clear, the slime block is down here. The soul sand block is right here on this block. There's water and the arrows are floating. As you see, we have just relogged and the machine is broken. The water is gone, the slime block piston has been extended, and the soul sand block is still here, now actually being pushed by the slime block piston. The whole reason for this is this copper bulb has now gone out of sync. It turned itself off. This observer has also been triggered because it's looking at active redstone dust. And this one also got triggered at the start of the thing, but then again from being turned off by this one when it got triggered as well. And the signal obviously had to travel a little bit to get there. Obviously, this is not what we want because resetting this machine is kind of difficult. It always breaks it because the slime block pulls the soul sand block down, and then the water is out of sync with the soul sand block. So let me turn this off real quick so I can put the water back in. Now the machine is back to working state. You don't want to have to reset it like this manually every time you relog, obviously. So I'll show you real quick how to fix this with just 2 or 3 tiny adjustments that basically solve the problem. Because we can delete this redstone dust here, put a sticky piston here. This will extend just the same way as it previously did, meaning now this observer won't re-trigger on relogging. Now, the machine will be broken for a little bit while I do all these things to fix it. First thing being the sticky piston for this observer. This observer actually doesn't matter because in the off state, which it's not in right now, it's in bouncy state, but in the off state, this block is retracted, meaning that even if this thing is powered, the piston will ensure that the observer right there is disconnected, meaning the pulse can never reach here anyway. The only difference we'll have to do is meaning it's now in its on state. In the off state, this will then be on. We don't want that because it's active redstone dust. And we can just very simply reverse it by putting a redstone torch right here and having the repeater move into that with the same delay as we had before. There's only one more observer right now that can cause an issue, which is the water one. This is also a very simple fix. It's only a 1 delay. We'll add that in right here. Let's put a piston down here that will then extend into an observer that is looking this way. so we can then actively power this block. And that's basically it. All we have to do to fix this is just these exact things. Now let's see if the machine is still in working order. The water's in here. It's bouncing right now. It's retracted for the soul send. Everything seems to be in order. Let's turn it into safe mode. Arrow is floating. I will relog again real quick, just to show you kind of what it will do. This observer also doesn't matter, just to be clear, because it is disconnected when you can see it's in safe mode. Or, you know, yeah, let's call it safe mode, just like that. I will relog again. You can see all 3 copper bulbs are in the same phase. Last time we logged, this one had turned off and a few others had been triggered. As you can see, slime piston is down here where it's supposed to be. Soul sand is right here where it's supposed to be, and the water is where it's supposed to be. When we relog, everything should be fine, and that is basically everything needed to fix this issue. Boom. As you can see, the arrow is still safely floating in the water. The slime block is still down here, and the soul sand is still in its right place. Everything at this point is in order. All 3 copper bulbs are in the same phase, and everything has been fixed. This machine also doesn't matter. The observer, I mean, doesn't matter, because even if it would send a pulse, it does nothing while it is in the safe state, this observer specifically. And there are actually no other observers. This one isn't looking at active redstone dust, it's just a repeater. Although, you know, if you want to be very safe, I could imagine you also push this back a little bit so you can place all the repeaters down here and then have a piston also shoving a block in front of the observer, just to have the same effect as we have on this side. However, from my personal experience, this works and there shouldn't be any issues just doing it like this. So thank you very much for tuning in for a 3rd time. I hope this is the end of the series, at least until I find another improvement, and I hope someone else may be able to take it a step further. I am very excited to see what we can do together to improve Minecraft animations in general. So have a great day, everybody. Enjoy, and I'll see you around.